take him a while to get to it, but I have no doubt he'll succeed. Right, TJ? Yeah. Hey, what's on your mind is brought to you by AR Roofing and Remodeling, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Hicks and Boss Drugstore, and Gary's Auto Sales. Okay, couple things on my list that we could chat about. This is developing. I have no information other than to tell you that Attorney General Pam Bondi has been fired by President Donald Trump. Her Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche is the now interim Attorney General. So if we get additional information in the next 2 hours, we'll pass that on to you. Let's see here. What else? Well, since we started with a little politics, we'll move on to this. The Supreme Court yesterday heard arguments concerning birthright citizenship, which is talked about in the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. President Trump is trying to say that that amendment does not apply to children of illegal aliens. And, of course, there are those that said, hey, plain text reading of the Constitution says, doesn't matter. They were born here. They are citizens. So we can chat about that and what your feelings are on the subject. Artemis 2 did blast off on time yesterday from Florida on its way to the moon. It is orbiting, currently it's still orbiting Earth, and I think around 7:30 or something like that this evening, it will fire its engines for approximately 6 minutes to send it on its way to the moon. This is day 2 of a 10-day mission. Is right now scheduled to splash down in the Pacific off the coast of San Diego, California on April 10th. So it's all NASA's plan to put man back on the moon. All righty, with many states looking at legalizing marijuana, Pennsylvania is, well, there are those in Pennsylvania that keep pushing for it. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Regardless, this is coming out here. A study done by Keck Medicine of USC in Southern California says heavy use of marijuana, or heavy users of marijuana, may face an increased risk of small cell lung cancer and non-small cell lung cancer. An earlier study also suggests that there is a 5 times higher risk of head and neck cancer from steady users of marijuana. So does this change anyone's thinking about recreational marijuana? Give me a call on that. A couple months ago, a grandson or nephew or of the founder of and the inventor of Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, which is now owned by Hershey Company, called out Hershey Company for changing the recipe of Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Well, apparently he stoked up enough protests that Hershey Company has announced that it will be transitioning from certain compound coatings to traditional milk and dark chocolate. You know that word, 2 words there, compound coatings. What is that? It sounds like chemicals, doesn't it? Okay, what else is going on here? All right, so on Tuesday, I brought up the idea or the notion with Tiger Woods being in the news over a suspicion of DUI. Since that time, he has pled not guilty. Apparently, he is asking for a trial by jury on that. In the meantime, he is flying to Europe to check into a rehab center over in Europe. So that pretty much does it on my list of possible topics. We can always throw in the Penguins. We're heading into the final few games as they are fighting for position in the playoffs for the Stanley Cup. And on the other end of the spectrum, the season has just started for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They go into their home opener tomorrow afternoon with a record of 3-3. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of baseball to go before we find out whether the Pirates are going to be competing for a playoff spot on their own. We're going to talk about sports in football, the NFL, as we are heading towards the NFL draft. Once again, the Steelers are waiting to hear from Aaron Rodgers as to whether he's going to play next year. And a couple reports coming out. One, the Denver Broncos are now supposedly interested in signing Aaron Rodgers. And second, Aaron Rodgers supposedly is wanting $30 million to come back and play because, well, he thinks he overplayed his contract last year. Isn't that what you want to do every year? Right, Brian? He overplayed his contract, so he wants more money this year to come back and play. No comment? Oh, okay. Brian, okay, TJ couldn't get it done, so he's called in the master here. And Brian's trying to get our Facebook back up and running. So maybe I can get Brian's comment after he gets the Facebook up and running. So anyway, there you go. There's some topics for us to talk about. If there's something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. So I happen to have my my copy of the U.S. Constitution here in my hand. And I have turned to the page that contains the 14th Amendment. So if you'll bear with me, I will read this to you. Section 1 of the 14th Amendment. By the way, it was ratified and put into effect back on July 9th, 1868. So this took place after the end of the Civil War. Section 1 reads, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privilege or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So, that's the 14th Amendment. Those that think the birthright citizenship should not be included in that, state that this was designed and written originally for slaves coming out of the Civil War, ensuring that they had citizenship. At no point in time did the fathers of the 14th Amendment anticipate governments, foreign governments, sending their citizens here on purpose to have children born here to gain citizenship, such as what China is doing, according to reports. They also argue that illegal aliens are not subject to the jurisdiction, because what they're saying is loyalty to the United States, that their loyalty, illegal immigrants, their loyalty is to the country of their origin. And so therefore their children are subject to the country of their parents' origin. So that's some of the arguments that were argued yesterday before the Supreme Court. Now, we're not going to have to wait a whole heck of a long time to get the decision of the Supreme Court. They usually start releasing their decisions in June. So we shouldn't wait. We shouldn't have to wait too long to find out what the Supreme Court says. So your thoughts on all of that. One thing the Supreme Court did release their findings on the other day concerns free speech. The state of Colorado had basically made a law that said therapists, counselors could not counsel patients against transitioning to another sex. It went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, everybody voted except one to say, yeah, Colorado, you can't do that. That's a violation of free speech. It's illegal. So the argument on that was the Ketanji Brown, the Honorable Ketanji Brown. She was the lone dissenter. She wrote that, well, science basically has to take precedence over speech. Did we go through this during COVID? You know, science told us that we needed to wear a mask. Science told us we had to stay 6 feet apart. And anybody who talked against that was told to shut up, was called crazy, was, well, racist, bigoted, unnecessary theories. We weren't allowed to talk and debate that notion of having to be 6 feet apart, of wearing a mask, of the virus originated in a lab in Wuhan, China. All of these things have now been found to, well, masks really didn't work. 6 feet was like, are you kidding me? So you're 6 feet or 5 feet 11 inches away from somebody and you're going to catch it, but if you move another inch away, you're safe? Really? You know, it's pretty much accepted that, yeah, the virus came from a lab in Wuhan, but we weren't allowed to talk about it back then. Our free speech was stifled. So this is what Ketanji Brown is arguing, that we need to shut it down, that we need to listen to the science. We can't have any opposing theories. So that's disturbing in itself right there. 724-438-4593. Let's get a phone call in before the first break, shall we? Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind. Oh, there. Wait, why isn't that going? Hold on. We're going to do that. There we go. Welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, sir. How are you, Mark?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm
Good.
fine. Yeah, I was watching a little. Did you watch the space launch yesterday?
I forgot to. I wanted to. I've seen reruns, but I didn't see it at the time.
Yeah, I almost missed it, but I was lucky because I had a 10-minute hold.
Okay.
I remember about 2 minutes after launch, and I tuned in. I said, "Oh, I didn't miss it." I was going to open it. I went, "Oh my goodness, I forgot." You know, I said, "Hey, maybe they had a hold." I turned out, and I still had the countdown. I had like 8 minutes to go or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I did get to see the launch. But you know, Russ, some just ticked me off just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the announcers for it was for ABC. Oh, this is a great day for humanity. You know, all that more of a globalist view. How can I say it? You know, well, Russ, last time I recall, NASA is a department of the U.S. government.
Yeah.
And is funded by the U.S. government, is funded by the U.S. taxpayer.
Yeah.
Me and you, not humanity. It kind of just ruffled my feathers a little bit. They ain't paying for this. We are.
You have a point.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. I mean, I understand it is part of great humanity, and I have to say I am glad that they're going for the moon instead of trying to put a moon base there instead of going to Mars, because something tells me that going to Mars is going to be rough, because you're going to spend 10 months of space before there, and then you're going to go into gravity. Heck, they got to help these guys out of the capsule when they land, when they've been up there for 10 months. So
just going back to your thing though. So we're going to go back to what was it? 1969, Apollo 11.
Yeah.
Neil Armstrong. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Yeah.
I mean, is that any different from the announcer saying it's a great day for humanity?
Yeah, but so I don't know. How can I say? It made the world follow us, though.
Okay.
You know, it's not that we're all together in this, because we're not all together in this. You know, but that was a great line, though, Russ. You have to admit. But it's just their globalist view on everything. Well, just for instance. Joe Biden, with his globalist view, shut down the XL pipeline out of Canada, and we just see how important oil is right now.
Yeah.
Even though they're trying to get rid, we're all seeing how important it is now. And that's one way to look at it. Also, I forget the woman's name. She has the show on before The View about 10 o'clock. Do you?
You got me. I don't know.
I don't watch her either. But
I don't know.
But I watched her today, because I heard that Kathy Eiler was on.
Oh, okay.
You know, and she's going to, cry her woes. And I just love the first question she asked. She asked Kathy, "How you holding up, Kathy?" "Yeah, Kathy. How you holding up? You're down to your last 30 or 40 million. How you holding up, Kathy?"
How you holding up?
Yeah. I mean, it just, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess. Hey, what can you say? We're in Fayette County. Russ, it doesn't apply to us, I guess.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Not for most of us anyway.
Yeah.
There might be one or two, but.
Yeah. The last comment I'd like to make is, it's on Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
You know, she, oh my gosh, they just beat up on Trump every day, even the people on The View. And she closes out the show with saying, "We're all in this together." You know? I'm waiting for the day Whoopi says, "I'm taking the entire owners with me to my villa in the south of Sardine, my $12 million villa."
There you go.
That's what I'm kind of. Let's see how all together in this we are then.
Okay. and at least have a contest and take 12 viewers with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time she says, "Gee, I wonder who she was going to take in with that $12 million villa."
Okay. Yep.
Well, that's all I got for today, Russ.
All right, Mark.
I'm done complaining.
I appreciate it, and you have yourself a great Easter, and we'll chat next week.
Right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Hey, guess what? It's time for me to take a quick little break. So when we come back, we'll have more open conversation. Give me a buzz on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. Both lines are open, so no waiting.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility, combined with our personalized approach, is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
It's time to make your tax refund work for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Now through April 30th, don't miss their Double Your Tax Refund event, where they'll match your refund up to $2,500 when you put it towards a new home. Find a home that fits your family, your style, and your future with the features you've been dreaming of. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon today at 4500 Route 51 and take advantage of this limited time offer. Some exclusions may apply.
Pirates fans, the Tampa Bay Rays are in town to take on the Bucs on Saturday, April 18th at 4:05 p.m. for the first bobblehead night of the season. And this one is extra special because it features Paul Skeens with his National League Cy Young Award. All fans take home a one-of-a-kind collectible bobblehead featuring the Pirates ace Paul Skeens, all thanks to PNC. Get your tickets and check out all of our giveaways this season at pirates.com/promotions.
Hello, I'm attorney Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We've been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm for your free consultation. The insurance companies are not on your side. Call us today at 724-437-2799. Either myself or an attorney from our office will personally come out and meet with you. If you're in an accident or hurt, call us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. Let us fight for you.
In a busy household, everybody's online at once. Kids streaming, someone working from home, the whole house going full speed. Armstrong Fiber keeps up. Multiple users, multiple screens, 0 slowdowns. This isn't a network built somewhere else and handed off. We engineer it, we install it, and we maintain it right here in our community. Because you're not a ticket number to us. You're a neighbor. Proudly local, fiber-powered. Armstrong, keeping you connected. Visit armstrongfiber.com.
You excited for Fish Fry Fridays, but not necessarily sure where you want to go? Then may we suggest the Butte House of Fish at the West Licensing Fire Department on Butte Road in West Licensing. Fish fries are held every Friday through Good Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Dine in or take out. They offer 4 meal options and various traditional sides, including haluski and pierogies. Enjoy a great meal, and then check out their Chinese auction, Progressive 50-50, and other raffles and games. See you Friday at the West Licensing VFD.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Give me a call on this. Well, I guess this is Monday, Thursday, part of Holy Week, isn't it? Tomorrow, of course, Good Friday, moving into Easter Sunday. A lot of people have a 3-day weekend as a result of the religious holidays. So I hope you're one of them. And for those of you that, working your normal schedules or having to work on any of those days, well, thank you for doing so. That's mostly directed, I would probably, to our first responders and our military personnel. So I can imagine there's a couple jobs that, that are not first responders, power plants, that type of thing. That's my guess. So anyway, happy Easter to everybody. This is the extended short show, so we're here till 4 o'clock this afternoon, so plenty of time to have some conversation, and both lines are open, so give me a buzz. Later on tonight, though, the Penguins travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Lightning. 6 o'clock is pregame for that, and then the puck drops at 7 o'clock to officially start the game. And then tomorrow is the opening home game for our Pirates. They host the Baltimore Orioles. 4 o'clock is that pregame start, and 4:12. What an odd time. Anyway, that's what it is. 4:12 for the first pitch. Pirates go into the game with a record of 3-3 after having taken 2 of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds. So that is your sports schedule here on WMBS for the next 2 games. A little bit more about Pam Bondi. Not a whole heck of a lot, quite frankly. Just, the president has confirmed that she is no longer Attorney General, that she is going to be transitioning into a very important public sector role. Have no idea what that is. Some reports say he's been dissatisfied with her job performance as of late, and current is it energy? No, not energy. Give me a second here. Lee Zeldin, who is currently Secretary of the EPA, I believe. Environmental Protection Agency, is rumored to be being considered for the, promotion to Attorney General. So, but, this is all new and it's developing. We'll just have to wait and see. The president last night, and I missed it. I didn't watch it. I take that back. I caught the second half of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. President Trump gave a speech to the nation last night concerning the hostilities, the war with Iran. He said they are very close to meeting all of their objectives. He said there does not have to be a agreement with Iran for the U.S. to stop its bombing campaign, but that would be preferred. But they are prepared to pretty much, I believe he used the phrase, send them back to the Stone Age. Just to make sure that they have no possibility of restarting their nuclear program. And if the administration, the U.S. government, were to notice them trying to restart it, well, the bombing would start all over again. So your thoughts on all of this? The president did address the spike in a gallon of gasoline. He said when this is over, things should be dropping back down to pre-hostility pricing. He talked about NATO allies, and he says we don't need them, but he wishes they would step up to the plate and help, especially when it came to keeping the Strait of Hormuz open to allow freight and cargo and oil, gas supplies to transit the strait. And he says, you know what? It doesn't really bother the U.S. because we don't get our gas and oil from them. Not much, anyway. Europe does. So they really ought to be paying attention and be wanting to be part of this. But if they're not, he says, hey, come buy our gas. We got plenty of it. So anyway, he lamented the loss of some service personnel. How he's been to Dover twice to be there when their bodies were returned home. Said that family members, each and every one of them, said, finish the job. Make sure you accomplish what you've set out to do. And he's promised to do that. He has promised to our future children will not have to deal with a nuclear Iran. Iran, on the other hand, according to reports, are stepping up their executions of dissidents. That Iran is using this as an excuse to the hostilities, that is to go after dissidents. And in some cases, they're getting a one-day trial and executed the next day. Of course, that's being used as an argument for this campaign. That if a nation is going to do this to their own citizen, imagine what they would do once they got their hands on nuclear weapons. So, your thoughts on all of that? Give me a buzz here. Both lines are open. I know it is the short show. You're not necessarily, well, I should say the extended short show. So, but it's typically a short show, and I know you're not used to having all this time to chat on a Thursday, but here's your option. Here's your chance to do so. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. I really am. We can also talk about the weather. Boy, man, it's fantastic outside right now. It says here at the WMBS Weather Center that it's 80 degrees. I don't believe it. I think it's actually warmer than that. And the sun is out. A little bit of a breeze, so it does get a little uncomfortable because we're not used to it. 80's not all that bad, really, right? It's not all that bad, but when you're not used to it, it can be a little warm. So, give me your thoughts on today's weather. I hope that. And I don't know what I haven't looked at the forecast. There is I don't know if you grew up with this. There was an old, I don't know, fairy tale, wives' tale, adage, whatever, that if it rains on Easter Sunday, it rains for 8 Sundays in a row. Then. So do you remember hearing that? I don't know. Hey, let's get a phone call before the break, shall we? Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hi, it's Mark from Clonesville.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, yesterday I took my dog down to that, they have a dog park in Clonesville.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
a fella comes in with his golden retriever. And then another fella comes in with a female golden retriever. I guess they mated their two and have 11 pups. And we got to sitting there, and it was really good. And we was talking, and I was talking about WMS, and he knows a guy in a wheelchair that calls in. This guy that I talked to, he does like basketball coaching for he did a TJ game there in Uniontown somewhere. But anyway, and we got to thinking. I was asking him different things that you always don't want to talk about the untold, who do you like, Donald Trump, or because you don't want to start that. So I was talking about. He goes, "Yeah, they had a costume party at the Pride Flags couple last Saturday." Yeah. He said, "I don't know what they were doing. Now they're all dressed up in different uniforms, singing and dancing, and it's nobody even knows what that's all." Yeah. I think it's a bunch of silly stuff myself, but it doesn't. I don't even have a point. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Just kind of like a waste of time. They could be doing better things.
I read something recently. Some psychologist or therapist or whatever. He kind of likened this to seriously an addict. Said, doing the the No Kings rallies is like relief for those that are Trump haters. That until they can do this, they got all this frustration building up, and building up, and they, it just makes them crazy. And these Kings rallies is all of a sudden it's this big release and relief, so it makes him feel good all of a sudden. So he's making it akin to like an addiction. So hey, Mark, I got to run. I got to get to a break here. So I thank you for your call, and you have a great Easter.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. Hey, we'll be right back after these messages.
Lanier in transition hits the three, and a sign of life from Knoxville.
Plant driving right. Lob for Brazil and a two-hand slam. Don't miss any of this year's action on the road to the Final Four with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the men's NCAA tournament.
Follow all the NCAA tournament action through the championship game April 6th on your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Join WMBS Saturday mornings at 8:15 a.m. for the Master Gardener Show with Bert Sessler from Penn State's Master Gardener Program. The weekly program will take you through the growing season, from planting your garden, preparing the soil, starting plants from seeds, through to the planting of vegetables, herbs, annuals, and perennials, to the fall harvest of vegetables. Our Master Gardener Program is being brought to you each Saturday by Miller's Greenhouses and Flower Shop, Route 119, Smithfield.
Feeling lucky? Your next big jackpot is waiting for you. Visit the casino at Nemacolin in Farmington, PA for the ultimate casino experience featuring the hottest table games, daily promotions, big-time giveaways, and an exciting variety of premium slots. And after, celebrate your big win with a juicy burger at the Royale while you watch the big game. Hotel packages available. Visit CasinoNemacolin.com for more information. The Casino at Nemacolin. Game on. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings. WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We've got about 3 minutes here in hour one of the extended short show. So plenty of time. Give me a buzz. Would love to hear from you. 724-438-4593. That is the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. For those of you who always like to look at my handsome face on Facebook, and don't choke too much, TJ, Facebook, our page is back up and running here. So you can log into the WMBS Facebook page for today's What's on Your Mind show. Yeah, we had like a little blip here. We had a power outage, and when it came back on, it just messed everything up. And so had to reset all of the Facebook and the codes, passwords, all of that kind of fun stuff. So that's what TJ and Brian have been busy doing for the last 45 minutes. But yeah, up and running now. So go and watch if you so choose. What else do you want to chat about? So we have Artemis 2. I think it's neat that we're going back. I really do. And I mentioned the other day about their space suits. So I think the NASA space suits are different from what Elon Musk's astronauts wear. They look like their spacesuits look like they're going fishing in a creek with tall waders on and everything. The NASA ones look like spacesuits. They're cool. Elon Musk, they're not. NASA's are. So anyway, no, I think it's cool, and they're going to go past the moon, about 4,700 miles past the moon before they turn around and come back to Earth, not towards, but to Earth. So, and it's all to check out, how the body reacts to deep space and zero gravity out there and radiation, the whole thing. So, just all kinds of stuff that they're working on. Apparently, after they did blast off and they were in orbit, they had a few glitches, a couple things that they did have to repair aboard their spaceship before the okie dokie was given for them to head towards the moon later today, and that's what's going to happen. So, looking forward to it. All righty, we're just about out of time here in hour one, the first hour of the extended short show. So you know what that means. CBS is coming up next. News from around the world, around the country. And then TJ will be back in here, and he's going to give you the local news and the local sports and the local weather. When that's all said and done, I'll be back in this chair for hour two with more open conversation. 724-438-4593. This is What's on Your Mind, WMBS Uniontown. It is 3
CBS
o'clock.
News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump has ousted Pam Bondi as Attorney General. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
On social media, the president confirmed Pam Bondi will be replaced by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who will serve as acting Attorney General. Trump also praised Bondi, calling her, quote, a great American patriot, and said she will be moving to what he called an important new job in the private sector. The president previously expressed frustration over the lack of successful prosecutions of his perceived political enemies under Bondi. The first Trump cabinet member to be fired was Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who was moved to a new job within the administration.